Better than your cheap Chinese Suez Canal journeyed rubbish. Glamorous assistant, reveal yourself! We're back again for another rebuild video on the van. Today I'm hopefully going to show you how to wire in some DRLs into your transporter van. And this week I'm hoping for a bit more success than I had last week, because last week was a disaster. And also, I f***ed up. Yes, if you're a sick and twisted individual that likes getting joy from watching other people's misfortune, then you'll have to go back and watch last week's episode, because absolutely nothing went right. And it just pulls it off for the bottom again. F***ing hell. F***'s sake. And if you have watched last week's episode, you'll be familiar with the absolute trail of misfortune that I had. You could not make this up. The trail of misfortune included, but was not confined to, things not fitting, number plate lights that were on strike. The run of bad luck continues. And the cherry on top of the cake, getting the wires stuck inside the tailgate, to the point where when I tried to drive them all the way through, I put a crease in my freshly repainted tailgate. Great. Oh well, here's hoping for some better luck today then. Now, the good news is, the tailgate wires are in. Yes, we've finally successfully managed to get the tailgate wires through the tailgate and into here, ready to go to get wired in. However, I've made a bit of a dog's dinner of it. You may remember I got my rods completely stuck inside the tailgate, and whilst trying to pull them back through, I've put a major crease on the outside of the tailgate. It's bowed it out completely, you'll be able to see that. I've got a paintless dent removal man on his way next week to come and hopefully chop that down and make it look a bit more presentable. But in the meantime, I have been busy with some other stuff. I got some OEM covers for the inner tailgate handles, which are now being fitted, and they are lovely. Better than your cheap Chinese Suez Canal journeyed rubbish. I'm waiting on a few more bits for the tailgate just so I can finish it off. But now I'm going to start off by installing some headlamps. These are my new lights that are going to be going in the van. As you may know, I've bought a facelift front end kit for this van because it is a pre-facelift T5 and it's going to be turned into a facelift. These lights have got the LED strips under here, which do look quite cool. I've trial fitted them before and they look a lot better and a lot nicer than the originals. However, I'm also running these LED DRLs that are going to be mounted inside the bumper. And before I can fit the headlamps, I do need to do some wiring in regards to these. Right, so I've kind of half wired in the wiring for these DRLs. Basically, you've got 3 wires that go into this plug. One of them, you go into the fuse box and you pull out any random 5 amp fuse and you replace that with the connector that goes into there. These 2 wires here, I presume one's in earth, and the other one gets wired into the back of the dip beam for the main headlamp. And then when it detects a 12 volt coming from the dip beam, it'll dim the LEDs slightly, so it's not blinding everybody on the road. And then it goes into some kind of transformer box, and then it goes to the plugs that go to the LEDs. So I do need to find which wire on the headlamp wiring harness is the live for the dip beam. And for that, I'm going to need a glamorous assistant, motorbike going by, to try the headlights while I use a test light to see which wire is lighting up. Glamorous assistant, reveal yourself!
I am here.
Ta-da! So these new headlamps do come with a little piggyback wiring harness, which swaps the T5.0 wiring harness to a T5.1 wiring harness. Makes it nice and easy for us. So once I find out which one is the live for the dip beam on here, I'm going to join it in here as opposed to in the main loom, because it might create more problems, and I can easily swap that out if it got wet or, you know, rotted away or whatever. I think it'd just be easier to try and join it in here as opposed to on the main loom. So first things first, I'm going to connect that up. And if my glamorous assistant could jump in the van, please.
Jumping in the van. Please.
And what I've got is I've got my test light here, and I'm just going to go around all the pins and just see which one does what. Right, so John, flick the ignition on, please. And I'm just going to go around them all first. So as you can see, nothing in any of them. Right John, flick the side lights on please. Side lights on. So the bottom left, you can see there is lighting up, and that's the side lights. So we know that's the side lights now. We can disregard that one. John, if you'd like to flick the dip beam on please. So that top right one is lighting up. Just check the rest of them. Oh, so's that middle one there, and the bottom. Right John, turn the lights off again. Turn them back on. Switch between dip beam and side lights, please. Yep. 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 Again. Right, so it appears that there's 2 lives there for the dip beam. So we could probably use either one of these. So what I'm going to do is, I'll take that top left one just for easiness, just because it's at the side. So that's pin number 1. So remember that's pin 1, and I can join it into there. Perfect, thank you glamorous assistant. Right, so I've kind of half wired up the LEDs here, so we'll see how bright they are when they're just on the ignition live. Ignition please John? Yeah, so that's how bright they are with just ignition. So if you turn that ignition off please John? Normally there's about a 5-10 second delay, then they'll go out. So what I'm going to do is I've taken my, what I presume is the earth for these LEDs, and put that onto the earth of the battery. And I'm going to take my multi-plug for the headlamp, just to try this, and I'm going to pop the wire, which I presume is for the live, into pin number 1, and hopefully by putting that in there, when John flicks the dip beam on, it should dim these lights. Right, so that's ignition on. John, if you want to try the dip beam please. Back off a dip beam. Yeah. So as we can see, that's dipping those LED lights. It's working a treat. Right, so as you can see, what I've done here is I have ran the negative wire and stuck it in the battery terminal. Solid, that's not going anywhere. The positive is inside of the fuse box there, and I've even screwed down the little transformer box, and that is definitely not going anywhere. Very professional now. So I just need to run this wire into the back of the number 1 pin on that wiring harness, and then we're good to get it all wired up, get all cable tied up neat, and try the headlamps in. Mr. Glamorous Assistant, how's things going in the project car this week?
Fantastic, thank you asking. Piece of utter French stupid French.
Is it running any better?
Yes, fantastic, thank you for asking.
Let's hear it.
I'd love to hear it, but it won't start, funnily enough.
Why is it not starting?
This is that's why it won't start.
It was fine until you had to go at it.
It always is. I got it running, but not stopping. Now it's stopped, it doesn't run.
3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. The horn works.
Good.
Is that jump pack dead?
Yeah, it's dead.
Fully charged. What's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Or owning a Clio 182.
Should we try bump it off the ramp?
I burning it, to be honest.
Do you want to bump it off the ramp? You jump in, I'll push it. Ready? Oh, f***ing forgot the brakes were binding. Oh. Battery terminals came off, you daft. That's probably why. You try tightening that negative terminal on. John, tighten up that negative terminal, it's f***ing loose. Go for a start now.
No.
Great. John, how's it going?
What a piece of
Going well then?
Yes, fantastic.
And what I was saying about being professionals was possibly untrue, because what I'm about to do to join this wire into the back of the headlight plug is I'm about to scotch lock it. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Scotch locks just went flying somewhere. Maybe this is a big sign, tell me not to use these, but I don't care, I'm using them. If it's stupid and it works, it isn't stupid. I am, however, going to have to cut some of the sheathing off of this piggyback adapter for the headlamp, just so I can actually get into the wire. This hair that goes around the sheathing is really annoying me. Just pop him in there, like so. And join him in there as well. Grab some pliers. Push that down. Yep, that's got a grip. Flip that back over. Happy days. Perfect. Nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to take my wire in and plug it into the transformer box. This wiring needs to sit up here to go into the headlamp, obviously. Tuck all this out the road. All of this is going to be covered because there's a big battery cover that goes across the top here, and by the time the lights in and stuff you won't see any of this. This will all be hidden from view. So run my wiring for my LEDs now, put that in there. To be honest, I'm just going to cable tie this to the cross member to keep it out the road of everything. So there's the wire. Plenty of room there by the time we put the bumper on. Now before I go and pop the headlamps back in, I do need to put these little protectors on that go on the wings here. Just fire them on. And since I'm putting T5.1 lights into a T5.0, they are actually mounted slightly differently. I've had to order these brackets, which go and mount on the bottom and change the lower mounting area for these lights to be able to fit this van. Comes with 2 little brackets and a bag full of fittings. So we'll offer up the first light, plug the piggyback harness in. Okay, these aren't in properly. Now they are. That's better. Always do this kind of stuff with a screwdriver. I wouldn't bother with any power tools for this because you could break your headlights or break the tabs off of them anyway. So that's the top 2 bolts tight, but as you can see, still a bit wiggly. I mean, the wing's not bolted right down yet. I still need to do some final adjustments with the fitment on that, but try and install these brackets and see how we get on. So this new bracket kit's quite handy because it comes with the 2 brackets, all the bolts, the washers, and even comes with a little guide to tell you which ones go where. So with the 2 long bolts plus the 2 bigger washers are to go for the headlamp to the bracket, and then the 4 smaller bolts plus the washers are from the headlamp to the bracket. I've just been rummaging around to try and find bolts to make that headlamp fit to that front panel, but I didn't realise this kit actually comes with them. Happy days. Right, so I've swapped over them bolts to the ones that came in the pack, and I'm going to have a go at putting this bracket on in the bottom. Need to work out which side does what. Presume that. Oh, maybe not. That's not this side, is it? No, I wouldn't have thought so. Ah, right. So actually bolted through here. You take this bolt out and fire them in there. So I need to get a 30mm for that. Let's try this again now. Now that headlamp's a lot more secure now. I have to say I'm impressed with them brackets because it saves me buying a whole new front panel for the van to make it fit a 5.1 front end on it, but yeah, very secure, very happy with them. I'll put a link in the description to where I got them from before. I think they were eBay, and I don't think they were too expensive. So just going to repeat the exact same thing on this side. Right, so that's both the headlights installed. This side did take a bit of adjustment, you'll have seen that in the time lapse. Did have to muck about with the brackets, and I did actually have to slightly bend this bracket a bit just to get it to fit. But we've got a good line down there now. It was kind of sitting out at the bottom, but sorted now. Only took a few minutes to kind of resolve it. But yeah, we'll get the LEDs hooked up, the DRLs that is. We'll get the LED DRLs hooked up and we'll see if everything's working. Right, so I've got my LEDs set up here. I'll just sit on the top of there. They're just, I don't know, stay. They're just chilling there and there. We'll see if everything works. That's an ignition live, so I should, and I do have my LEDs, my LED DRLs. Side lights are working. Very good. Right, we'll go for the dip beams now, and hopefully, when I put the dip beams on, these dim themselves down as well. Dip beams too. Very good. And I think they have dimmed as well. I need to check it back on the GoPro, but I think they've dimmed the LED DRLs as well. Go for the full beam. Yep, and we've got full beam too. That's very bright. Five indicators. One singular indicator. And the other indicator. So we've got a full house. So yes, I'm very happy with how that went. I think they look really, really good. Smarten the van up a lot more. Makes it look a lot better than that T5.0 front end. It's going to look even better when the bumpers and everything are back on, and the Sportline kit. But yeah, very, very happy with that. Been a very successful job. A lot more success than I had last week anyway. But thanks again for the continued support. If you like this content, please remember to hit the like button and drop a comment down below and let me know what you think. If you want to continue watching how this thing gets built up and what we do with it, then remember to hit the subscribe button. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Wire in the way.